handle your stress and things, because as an executive coach, one of the things I see that the people who are best at leading and directing things like change, we got a lot of change that's coming for some of you, and cutbacks and layoffs and things like that, are the people who have good balance in their life, the right perspective, and some of those things. So we're going to take a little bit of a humorous ride to say, look at some of these things, talk a little bit how that affects us in leadership, and see if I can give you some things that will be something nugget you can take back. So the first one I'm going to do now that you sort of want to become, I want you to come and be motivational. That's what Steve's tag was. Steve and Darcy was like, I want you to come and get something motivational. So the first thing I'm going to say is probably not going to be motivational, but I'm going to try to set you up where it will become motivational. So I was sitting in a conference much like yourself. Yeah, this is not good. Some of you I didn't leave the chart long enough. You're not even on the chart, are you, Carol? Yeah. I'll make another. I just ran out of screen. Trust me, you still got plenty of life left. So I'm sitting in a conference much like yourself, and a business partner turns to me and says, has this conference been worth it? And the conference was a week long. And I said, I was trying to be funny and wrote something back. Well, I only have so many weeks left to live. And I remember I was about 45 at the time. I'm 48 now, 48 now. And I said, I know people say, you're 48? I'm like, yeah, I mean, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, I don't know why. It's like people asked me the other day, he goes, I told them I was born in California. And they go, you're born in California? Why were you born in California? I'm like, I just want to be close to my mother. I mean, I look 48. I'm like, I apologize. 45, I'm sitting there and I start to do the math, and I'm thinking, well, an average male lives to about 74 years old, and I started doing. I said, oh my gosh, I have less than 1,500 weeks left to live. I go, we have to go now. We got to leave the conference. I am literally like, what happened? Well, what happened? You got to tell me. I only have 1,500 weeks left to live, and I just keep telling him that. I go, I don't have time to be at this conference, and so we leave a day early from the conference. It was horrible anyway, and so we left, and it really was something that changed my life. Getting that perspective. We've all heard there's so many Saturdays left and things, but when I really started to figure it, and I look at my kids and I'd say, some of us in here, we're talking about having young, I was talking with some of you earlier and had children about my age, 10 and 12 years old, or my two girls' ages, and I look at that and say, children are only with you about 930 weeks before they go off to college. And I know some of them tend to come back these days, but theoretically, let's say there's 930 weeks before they go off to college. And I started realizing the first 150, my girls didn't even know I was there barely. The last 150, they don't want me there. So there's really only about a 600-week window to make a difference. And now at 12, I'm finding out I need to adjust that last 150 weeks because they're already done with me. And, at 12, they're pretty much, you're there to pay for things, and that's about it. And so that put things in perspective to me when I'm dealing with things. It's one of the things that was very motivational to me, even though it's frightening to me, because hopefully I'll be granted more, but I may not be. And so I'd like you to use that to when you have these difficulties and changes and with work, and that you keep this in perspective to say, you know what, it's not worth getting bent out of shape about. Now, something I'll have a slide here that my grandmother used to say, blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. And so that's what I got a lot of grandmommy slides in here, and that's what she used to say. Blessed are the flexible. So I try to be flexible. I try to remember that, hey, I'm going to enjoy the ride while I'm here. And if you're not having fun, why? The question I want you to ask yourself is why? Is it your job or is it your attitude? I'm going to tell you most times it's your attitude, because most jobs are not a lot of fun. It's your attitude. It's what you tell yourself between. What you say matters, and when you tell yourself you don't like something, it's going to make a difference. Life's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, faster it goes. Another thing my grandmother used to always tell me. So we want to try to get the most of it. And